Busting the world's oldest conspiracy by revealing the first writer's formats in the Bible. Have you ever wondered who is editing the Bible? These are some of the words written by the 1611 King James translators that are wrote in its preface. They state 4 reasons how anyone can re-edit the text in the Bible. Their third reason is by the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next arrow down points to them writing, a great clerk, Gregory, is the divine, spelt with a capital D. At the bottom, they will tell you by studying the Bible, your reward is to have a participation in a heavenly nature. Whereas the Bible's words should be telling you how to be obedient to our Creator to enter into heaven. Now you know by their own words, they are not the good guys editing the Bible. Here, let me show you the 12 commandments that are listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Surprising, isn't it? Now let me show you how I changed one word in Exodus chapter 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and now you know that these planks make the hip roof for the tent for meeting for Yv. Why did I just use 2 letters for our Creator's name? Well, Hebrews did not have the letters J, O, or W in their language. Therefore, I am closer when I say the letters YV in English than anyone else. It is better to learn how to pronounce these 2 letters in Hebrew. Our Creator made me see Him 8 times, and these videos are my recording of how and why I am re-editing their text. Then all these books that I am editing will be made into one book in order. In my YouTube description, it has our Creator's hidden formats in a PDF of the same text. In fact, it is a message to everyone today and in the future. I have also made many different styles from these hidden formats for copyright reasons. Okay, 21, and I got to show you a little bit so you are introduced to what I'm doing here. I go through the 1977 NSA text because I have a concordance, or I have a Bible program here that if I click on a word, let's see, oracle, down here it tells me that's the Hebrew word, and then it tells me how many times they use that word. So you know that they used oracle as a burden 3 times. And that's what's unique about that program. But I use that sometimes to help me figure out a better word that's being used by them someplace else. If not, I will add it as a text in gray to say I needed completely a different word. Now, what I also got to tell you is this format is 2 major words stuck together to make a small sentence, combined with the least amount of small words as I can. Now, in a 3-verse format, this first verse becomes a statement, and then these 2 are connected together to tell us what the statement is about. This makes a small paragraph. So what you see here, whoops, I didn't want to go to the beginning. Let me get back down here. What this does is this becomes a small paragraph then. And what happens is when I repeat the same process, both of these become a small paragraph to where all these are when they're together, they make a larger paragraph. Now, this is a very sophisticated way of writing. In fact, we don't even write today this way. And I believe that's because when they write on a scroll, as for the words cannot be edited, that it takes them a long time to do this, editing of the words like this. But it is a very beautiful style and very sophisticated. Now, they also have another format, is a 4-verse format. And this is the 4-verse format. we're connecting two sentences together or two verses together to make a sentence, and then they make a paragraph, small paragraph, and then when you combine these two make a larger paragraph, and then I put a double space between these and the other formats. So with that, I will say that I will start chapter 21. And then what I'll do at the end of this video is clean it up. So if you want to go just to the end of the video here and see what was found, you can do that. Or you can, because really I'm recording these for history's sake, because when I get done with all these, I'm going to put them together in order. And people will want to know why I changed words or how did I change words. And you'll find I have a lot of information to go along with my understanding of the words. Example, how come that didn't pull up? I have a timeline that I made under our Creator's hidden formats that is so accurate it's not funny. These numbers, I only needed to change one digit back and forth, but this becomes the actual years of these kings under our Creator's hidden formats, because there's a lot of kings that are, you'll see, that are missing because there's no story. I have stories to go with what these kings did. These are Judah's kings. These are Israel's kings, and I'll show you the difference there in case people aren't familiar with what I'm talking about. But right now, Isaiah's text, or it has text that says he shows up somewhere in Jotham's, after he's been around for probably about 10 years. Prophets usually male virgins that live maybe 65 years. So you can see that this is pretty much going to dictate his lifetime. All right. Now he might be older here, or maybe he did start in this king. I don't know that for sure. The text has not revealed that answer yet. And I know there's a lot of text in Kings about Jeremiah as well. So here, let me see. I will start doing the text here. Oh, I was going to show you the map. How come that didn't work? Maybe it did. Yep, brought it down here. These are the two kingdoms. I used the word, or nations. I used the word nations as a collective of tribes, and a kingdom will be something like the kingdom of Egypt. Okay, so this is the area that's going to be taken away by Assyria. And I have this here, note here, that the stories in our Creator's hidden formats show that these were taken, then there was no king. And I literally have already done this area of a prophecy for no king for a while. And then there's a king that they had signed. And then Assyria comes down to take these as well, the last tribes. And then over here, this is noted that this king here talked to Isaiah to ask our Creator to help defend Judah. And he sent that commander back to Assyria by a rumor, and that rumor would have been that they're now starting to battle Babylon. So now you have the situation of the text. Now, this word is a pagan word. It is not a word that a prophet would use. So the word is vision. A prophet has a vision, and I correct that because our Creator is responsible for this vision, or his words, or what he has ever said as a promise. I make all capital letters, and then I show that the green text is replacing a word that they had here. So this has to be a vision. not the oracle, but a vision. This has to be from YV. Now, this has got to be said that it's being added. This is how I add that I'm going to add a word, like I did a, but because it's from our creator, the word from gets all capital letters. Concerning what? That's the thing here. Usually it says, because there's many prophecies, it would be against the enemy or against a king or against the tribe Israel or against the tribe Judah. So this word is missing here. So what I'll do for right now is I'll put this space. The wilderness of the sea. Now, what the hell does that mean? that this would have to be the wilderness by the sea. But when you understand what the word wilderness is, you'll find that that is not being used correct. There are forests, there are fields, there are hills, and then there's the sandy seashore. But when you go onto the east side of the promise, or the land that Moses gave 3 tribes, you'll find that the Sahara Desert is butting up against this territorial line that says this is Israel's land. And what happens is before it blends into all green, it has like trees that have, hardly any leaves on it and a little patch of ground around it, and then there'll be sand all around it, and you'll see that gradually turn into probably a half mile, something like that, before you have green land. So the wilderness can be used truthfully as this location of the land. So this word is being used wrong. It's being used wrong here as well. So, concerning the wilderness of the sea, the windstorms in Nejaba sweep on. It comes from the wilderness, from a terrifying land. Nope, that's not the map I want. Let's see if this does it. Well, that doesn't. Let's see, to the promise. I don't know. Boy, I haven't prepared. I've got all these new maps all listed here. Let's see, what about Joseph here? Okay, this is good. Now, this river is still named the Egyptian River today. So Egypt owned this land, okay? This was their territory from here over. Now, the thing here is, this is Israel up here. This is what Israel went in and got the promised land, pretty much just this area here. That's the promised land that Joseph, not Joseph, Joshua conquered. And then down here is where the Amaleks were living. So when they say Nevaeh, and this is, we know as today as the Sinai Peninsula, this area from here over to here and here, that's the side. But the thing here is there's land in here that's called Nejaba. So I don't know where that is. There's no boundaries that says where it's at. So whenever you see any map locating it, it just is not truly stated as where it's at. They're guessing the size and this, but the Sinai is a desert, and it would be blowing this way, okay? but it's not being said right here. So the thing here is it comes from the wilderness, from a terrifying land. This would be a desert land. Okay. So this is not true. Could I correct it? Yes, but it doesn't have anything. It's not true words here. So far, the only true words I have are right here. The vision concerning. Now we have the words a harsh vision. Now here, I'll let you in on something that's going to be among the rest of Isaiah, and that's Isaiah has a vision of Jesus being crucified. Okay. So some of this, when you're reading it, is going to be how treacherous it is, and have made an end of our king. But some of this is not true. So the thing here is, when I see a vision from YHVH concerning this right now, would be Yah. Okay. Now, who is Yah? Oops, I don't have that extra. Okay, it's now open. Yah is the name they gave to Jesus. Here is King Hezekiah that we're going to find later in Isaiah chapter 38, but verse 11, if I change the word Lord back to the Hebrew word, you can see I will not see Yah in the land of the living, and we know they're supposed to be waiting for Jesus. Many prophets have come with prophecies telling that Jesus is coming. So this is the Hebrew word for Jesus. Now, so that's why I put this in, and I will make it all red. Whoops, I'm adding, so I need to do this, I guess. Sorry about that. Let me save what I've done so far. Okay. A harsh vision. Now, here's where I can go over here to this text and say, let me see what other words I got for harsh. A heavy, a stubbornness, a harsh, a fierce, hardship they used once. A cruel. I will use the word cruel here. Okay. They used it. I can use it. A cruel vision, because I know the text is going to be talking about Jesus's crucifixion. So, and then this is because it's coming from our Creator. A cruel vision. Now this I'm trying to figure out, has been is almost like I need these two words to make it as a major word. Shown, yes, we need that. It could be has been given to me, not shown to me, but given to me, because we know what a vision, well, I guess it is a different type of vision here. He's seeing the future, but it doesn't tell us that how the vision happened. So I guess the shown has to be left there to me. Now this would mean that he is writing this text, by the way, just to show the first person the text. So when I write it, I have to be correcting it to say it has been shown to him as he wrote this text here. A cruel vision has been shown to me. The treacherous one. I don't know here. Let me let's see here. I'm thinking that, okay, that's what I was thinking. What happens here when I click on a word and then I click on the next one, you can see that this word, when Strong's made his concordance, that he didn't feel some words were important. So that's why you don't see every word listed here. So he's trying to point out the important words. But notice that this word here and this word here are the same word. So, oh, they even have a third time. This is even really strange. Deals treacherously 10 times. Dealt treacherously, very treacherously. So it's the act of betrayal of what's going on, betrayed. So it's a treacherous betrayal is the way I would put those two words. So that's what I'll do is say a treacherous betrayal, a betraying. Well, a treacherous betrayal. Maybe I got it wrong here. Okay, I'm going to use it like this for right now, but now you know why I'm not worried about making this my own word, but I'm using a word from the book here, or this concordance. This would have to be of his, whoops, of his treacherous betrayal. Let me see if that's how that word is spelled here. No. Let's see what the secular world talks about as far as what this betray. Disloyal. Nope. Okay. Of his. Treacherous. Trying to see if I can. Let's see here. About this word. Unfaithful. Underhanded. Traitorous. Okay. Because sometimes I like to make sure that a word like this, a 12-year-old, when they read it, they'll understand it without going to a secular dictionary. And so this. Now this. See, now here, If I use these words, vision from YB, because that's where visions come from, concerning Yah has been shown to me. If I do that, then I got a 4-verse format, because these would hook together a his cruel vision. I guess I don't know. I don't have enough information here of his treacherous betraying. This and the destroyer still destroys. This go up to Elam and lay siege to Media, whatever, Media. I have made an end of all the growing she has caused. Female deity being added in here, by the way. So this is not part of the vision. Now, if I got rid of this, then it becomes a 3-verse of his treacherous betrayal, betraying. I'm liking this, I guess, but isn't a word. Yep, of his treacherous betraying. Still, I don't think that word even exists in the text. I think somebody put that word in. So let's see here. Yeah, see, that's just it. Oh, oops, it was here. Yeah, they did that there too. So that word is out. His treacherous betraying with deals treacherous. What? Oh, it was in the secular world. Let's see here. If I take you here and show you that the word unfairness is used once. His treacherous betraying with deals let's see here again, what they have. Deceitfully. I'm going to have to use deceit when I'm thinking. Sometimes I am actually thinking in my head there. With deals of deceit. I just ran through every word I could think of to put in there, okay? With deals of deceit. If it's destroyer, this word was added. So I'm looking for here. I don't see anything here. So this has to be the deceit. And you have to think what's going on. How Judas finally went in and helped them out. So with deals of deceit, I think it's kill. It's got to be something other than destroy. The fuchsia color words are words that were added in 1977 NSAB, and I just note them in that color. Let's see. All right, now this word is being used twice as well. But this is the word go, right? Okay. Now, you completely destroyed. Ruined. That's not quite how I was reading it. To destroy. I'm going to say to kill. And I'm saying that's within the shadow of the word of what the text is telling me here. So I'm not using this gray text. With deals of deceit, to kill. And if we're talking about, yeah, it's good, our king. And you have to get rid of this word. Now, king, I'm not sure if it's king or savior or. So this word might change later. But this, and this are all coming from our Creator. Okay. Your groin area is not going to have an effect like this. So for this reason, first person, I am full of anguish. Anguish is that, no, pains is being used here. So I was thinking it would be pain. So let's see. Anguish. They only have it 4 times in all the words that they've got. So what? Pain, see, anguish and pain. So, but right here is the word that they do use for anguish. See, that's the trickery of the words, but okay. Now I come back here. Anguish. Okay, let me see here. Whoops, not that. It's review theorist. Agony. Grief. Sorrow. Sorrow or grief is better. Sorrow. Sour, yeah, sorrow. S-O. Sorrow. grief. It's something coming from the heart. I'm going to use grief. I am not full. I am filled with grief. I am filled with grief and pain and pain seizes me. You know, if this is a 3 verse, yep. I found the end of that one. So this we can see as oversalted words. They're trying to tell you how extreme his pains are. So I am filled with bewilderness. I cannot hear. I cannot see. Terrified belongs up here. I am horrified, maybe. Here's the word horror. Overwhelms me. Okay. Okay, let's see here what this word is. Boy, I haven't gone to this text so many times that okay, that's not working. I think confused. I want 12-year-olds to be able to read this and understand without. So let me put here and let me do this. I am so confused. Cannot hear. And I cannot see. Well, it's surprising that they've got this as first person all the time, so that's good. My mind reels. By the horror overwhelming me. Let's see. Now, in overcomes me, terrorized, frightened. I'm going to use that word, fright. My mind reels by the horror and the horror. By the horror, I am frightened. I'm frightened, and that's why I don't need this word here. It's here and here. My mind reels by the horror. My mind reels, and by the horror I am frightened. And it and it turns me, and it makes me tremble. This not turns, it makes me, and that would be the intent of this word. So, and it makes me tremble. They set a table and spread out the cloth. They ate and drank. Okay. I don't think that's part of what he would say after he's trembling. He's going to tell you why he's trembling. This, I don't think so. Now, this becomes another prophecy. Thus, our Lord, our Lord, he's gonna, this is, he's telling them, okay, this has got to be prophecy. Prophesied. Our Lord prophesied. If a lookout is out there, this has got to be that let him report to the king. Because where's the report going? What he sees. That's a period. This looks like it's going to be a 4-verse format. Station a lookout. Station. Okay, station. Establish. Appoint 15 times. Appoint a lookout. Appoint a lookout or a messenger. A watcher, a watchman. Appoint. And I'm going to do it the way they would say it. A watch male. The word man is used secularly there. That means a male or female is this lookout. So it's a watch male at their time. Remember, this is 2,000 years ago or plus. So appoint a watch male. For him, to report to the king. What he sees, saw what he saw. Or he will see riders. Horsemen in pairs. And a line of donkeys. Not a train, it's a line. And a line of donkeys. Okay. We don't need these guys. That's 3. This, nope, don't need. That's past tense. He's already saw them. For he will see riders. Of course, they're not horsemen. You'll see riders on horses. Horses in pairs and a line of donkeys. That's the supply line. It's coming to stay a while. This is not Lord. This has to be king. But this has to do, this is nothing here. And actually, this is not going to be at the fortified city. This is like a watchman is set out to watch the roads from a hilltop. They got him in a tower at the along the wall of a city, which no, you're going to send them out as far as you can to the highest hill that looks down of the road coming through. Now you got to remember there's a main highway that goes through Israel that's been used for thousands of years. So I'm going to use this, copy this, and just start. Then the watch mail. Reported to our. Then the watch mail will report. That's what he's doing above, so I got to make sure I continue. He's not just going to call. The king is going to be in his house if he's on the wall, so this is got to be the correct word. Will report to his and this just came. So then the watch mail will report to his king. This is wrong. I've got him out on the hill. He wouldn't see him at night that far away. Or the king. From his guarding post. From his guarding. Now here is the correct word, lookout. That's it's not a post, it's a place that he can do this, and they would all know where these spots would be at. So that would be a lookout because I've got him in the field. So then the watchmail will report to his king from his guarding lookout. Now they are coming. Don't need this word, don't. Now they are coming. Now I am seeing, or I have seen. No, now they are coming. An army of riders, horse. Yeah, it's not a troop, it's an army. An army. An army of riders. Horses and bears. Because I bet I didn't do that here. Yep. Needed the S there. Okay, now this is what he sees. Now Babylon hasn't fallen. No, this is not what's being said. This is a prophecy that Babylon is coming. And one answered, not the Lord, not his king answered. One answered, this is wrong. Okay, now let's see. And the king will reply, and the king will reply, saying, we will fall. I don't think it's fall. We will fall. We will, let's see if they got a better word here. And again, this is actually here as well. We will be attacked. I like the word attacked, even though fall is used 130 times. Yep. We will be attacked by Babylon. Okay. Now, this word here, Babylon, would be saying this is at Judah's time, which means this text is like I was saying here in the timeline, and because I have to keep this in mind at all times, when was this text being said? Well, if like I told you the story that the commander is being refused and going to go back to hear the rumor. So the rumor is that Babylon is fighting Assyria for who's going to win all the kingdom as to be the largest kingdom. So at this time they would not know. This battle is going to take place for a few years, probably 3 to 4 years, at least minimum 2 years, because Assyria is quite large. So this would take place down here if it's Babylon. But if it's up at this time, it'll be this king. So let me put his name here. Pika? Is that how I spelled his name? H. And here I've got to say I'm adding his name. Assyria. Syria. Okay. Let's see here. I can't spell with the crap, so YR. Syria. That's the correct word. This is not true. But this might be the end of the prophecy. It's a short one. What I have heard from YV. What I've heard from YV. Israel. There it is. For Israel. This is the prophecy of Israel, and I need to get from my cheat sheet how I represent the nation Israel being bad as in all caps, small caps. I have made known to you. Okay, now that's a funny way of a prophet speaking, but that's what's going to happen there. Edom, Edom is no longer it's an area of people. It hasn't existed as a kingdom since David's time. And this, well, if Judah's going to fall, they would be falling. So that's out. Now, of Arabia, they have fled from the swords. Okay, I'm going to let you look that text over for a second while I no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Psalms up here, and then I'm going to cover me in case it opens up, but I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Test the microphone there. I guess it's good to have the Psalms there for you to see the Psalms, so I'll let that run. This has to be vision. It has to be a vision. A vision of Arabia. Now, let me put a map up here. Oh, whoops, not that one. This one. This one has Arabia here. And Arabia is really any of this from on this side of the Sinai, but it's really this area. This is talking about all the land that is theirs. The Arabians, they were traders. Okay, so they would navigate the desert at night, and then this is how they would travel back and forth or around the edges to go by. Anyways, this is where I'm talking about, is where they are down in this area here. So with that knowledge, we know where Arabia is now. A vision in or by in, not by in. In Arabia. By now by the wilderness. Now you know, when I was telling you about what the wilderness is, now you know where this is going to take place. By the wilderness for Arabia. For Arabs, really. So here I've got to say, get rid of this. Get rid of this. By the wilderness for Arabs. This they're trying to say is Arabs. I've already got that used. So this is going to go up here. For the thirsty, who are these? Who are these that are in this? Well, they got to be Israelis. If I just got done having them announce they're going to have war here, then here is, let me show you what I'm thinking here. Remember how I told you this boundary line here is a desert over here, and I tried to just show you that. And here is Edom, supposedly. But all this maybe has been taken over by Arabs. I'm trying to figure out where they're at, because these guys are going to flee. Okay. So they're fleeing out this way from their land, because they got to flee this way and find the road that's along here that the travelers would use. So there's got to be some kind of road that in a bridge, and then another road So all this area is where I'm talking they're going to be. So this, it's not Arabia, a vision in by the desert. Not dessert, Mike. And make sure that happens. By the desert. By the wilderness for the Arabs. By the desert. Yeah, I'm going to have to use the word in, not the here, or by. In the wilderness for Arabs. Ooh, because I got to have the Arabs mentioned in this verse here. Who look, they aren't going to. A vision by the desert in the wilderness for Arabs who travel by caravans. Yeah, because it's got to say yeah, they're got to be traveling. Who journey. Who journey by caravans. Bring water for the thirsty inhabitants. And this is wrong. Fugitives. Bring water for the thirsty that flee. For the first thirsty. This is out of order. These two go together really well, okay? This is like a comma and this is like a period, but I have to put for the thirsty that flee. And that would be a period. And I'm going to say that is more than just this word. Bring water for the thirsty that fled. And meet them with bread. I got to get rid of this fugitive. Got rid of that. Maybe this is odd saying that this is the statement. It's not reading like a statement. Bring water for the thirsty that fled, and bring them water. And bring them, and bring, and give them. Replace the word fugitive here with the word them. Give them bread. Yeah, give is too far away, so I have to add that word as well. And give them bread. Where they have fled from swords. This is a double, so I'm trying to keep it to a 3 verse. So bent bows. There's got to be more than one person shooting from the bows. From the bent bows. From the bent bows. From the, this has to be, if they're fled, that's got to be coming battle. I'm going to make that gray. They have fled from. Where they will. This is prophecy. It's got to be talking about what is to come. So, for they will flee from swords and from their bent bows. From the coming battle. That's about as good as I can get that right now. I'll probably get better when I see it all cleaned up. Okay, for this. I don't think this is all needed. No, this isn't needed either. Just doesn't read right to hook with what I've got. So if I take this text save it. And I'll place it here. No, I don't know why the macro works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. But I guess it's faster than what I would normally do. And what I'm trying to see here, these two hook together. This is hooking together. And those are 3 verse for sure. This has to be the difference here. And this is here. And then this has to be a 3 verse. So this has got to be periods here. And comma's got to be here, 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 and where? Here. And I will get rid of this one here. Now this is part 2. Here. And this, I'm not sure. This is another prophecy right now. It's a little different than the text I've got, although this text might go above what this is. So this has to be 1. This has to be 2. And then that's a 3 verse for sure. And that's the end. So this changes this to 22 part 1. And then this period, comma. Okay, now that, there are 2 here. Okay. Now this here is a 3 verse, 3 verse, 3 verse, 3 verse up until that one above it. So these are 3 verse formats. And I'm going to get rid of this and say these are the best words to say to continue. Okay. So I have found a good piece here that is going to deal with Isaiah telling you what he has seen. Now this, well, I'll do, because I need period, comma, period, as to what is missing here from here. Because if I got them in groups, you know that this is missing, okay? So what do I got down here? I got almost complete, well, it's connected. No, I don't. This one goes with this one. And then this. So now I have this to add down there as well. So that's missing here. And these lines seem to be, whoops, these verses. The style of the writer determines how I try to say that these are close. Anyways. But this, yes, this is, this is almost like reading it should be above here. And this would be for our Lord prophesied. And then what I heard from YHVH for Israel, I make known, yeah, it's got to be back to make. So I got to say I'm changing that back. I make known to you. It sounds weird, but this so much like it wants to go above this. And that's what happens when I do the combining of the three verses together back and forth, that I end up having to, that I have that happen in the text, that these go here, these goes here, and it does make a continuing story. Because this is being said what they're going to meet, and it's got to be because of this. That's going to be the first part. This is going to be the second part. This is not, this is another story completely. If this is 1, right? This is chapter 20. And then part 3. So it's part 3 above part 2. And that's what I'll do when I do edit the text. So now I'm going to take a break and then make another video and then come back and start another one.